What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So in today's video, I decided to do a meet all of my baby reptiles video. So in today's video, I'll be kind of giving you guys an update of all of the baby reptiles that I've been working with, and also I've produced myself. So I'm really excited to be sharing this video. You know, there's some reptiles that, you know, already have their new homes, so they're no longer with me. And some of the reptiles that I have with me still already have been purchased as well. So I decided to make a short little video and give you guys an update before they go to their new homes. But with that being said, if my reptiles will let me record this video, let's get started with this video. But wait, you know what time it is. We gotta zoom in. Go in a little bit closer. Ooh, you see that zoom in? Yeah, you know I need to zoom in, you know. Maybe my future wife is looking right now and I gotta look extra spicy, you know. How's it going? Hey girl, what's up? What's up? I'm talking to you from the future. See that? That's some vision right there. I don't know what I'm doing. But I honestly don't know what I'm doing. Each time I always make these videos, I'm always like zooming in, and I figured that, you know, since you guys like it, I figured I would continue to doing it. But I'm just getting overhand, man. I'm talking to my future wife, like, what is this? Like, what is going on? So let's get started with this video. Let's go.
Soy el fuego que arde tu piel, soy el agua que mata tu sed, el castillo, la torre yo soy, la espada que guarda el caudal, todo el aire que respiro yo, y la luz de la luna en el mar, la garganta que ansio mojar, que temo ahogar de amor. ¿Y cuáles deseos me vas a dar? Oh, dices tú, mi tesoro, basta con mirarlo y tuyo será.
Okay, so that footage that you just saw was actually older footage that I had on my laptop, but I figured I'll put it together and make an intro for it. But I never really had the chance to do so, but I did it in this video. Even though it has nothing to do with baby reptiles, I figured, you know, at least it has a little tiny frog in it, you know, that would make up for it. But speaking of baby reptiles, in here we actually have my baby ball pythons. Now, they've been inside of the incubator, you know, coming out of their egg on their own, and right now they all came out, but, you know, I'm still waiting for them to have their first shed before putting them inside of their enclosures. So as you could see, let me just zoom in. These guys are just amazing. So, you know, they still have the egg sac in here, but they've all come out and they're all empty and whatnot. So I'm gonna be throwing those out. But right here we have, you know, a banana ball python. It's just a regular banana ball python, you know, but the purple, so cool. Never get tired of seeing just regular ball python. We have a pastel banana ball python. So pastel banana ball python right about there. And then we also have what looks like a pastel, a normal, and another pastel. So not an insane, you know, clutch, but this is my very first time breeding ball pythons, and this is sort of you know, things that I had at home. Like I had a banana male and I also had a pastel female, and I figured, you know, I'll get some experience by breeding them and, you know, having these guys come out and everything. So, you know, I thought it was such a fun experience and I learned so much as well. you know, so I put whatever I learned from mutation creation into practice, and the results, you know, it's so cool to see your very first clutch, even though it's not a crazy clutch like I'm pretty sure some are out there, you know, but I'm still really satisfied and really happy, and these guys are gonna be such an amazing creatures. But with that being said, right now I'm actually still gonna be leaving them inside of you know, this vermiculite. I'll be taking these things out, but I really want them to have their first shed. And as I could see, this one's probably gonna be shedding tomorrow, if not later on this day. But you know, I really want them to have a nice humid place, and of course in the incubator is nice and warm, so they'll have their proper shed before I put them and give them their first meal as well. But as you could see, this little guy right here compared to this chunky one, right, it's really, you know, small. So this guy's probably gonna need some assisting, but that's not a problem. You know, usually with hatchlings, you know, some of them come out smaller than others, but that doesn't mean that they don't thrive. You know, I've seen it happen so many times that, you know, sometimes the eggs, like this one, is super tiny compared to this giant one. So as you could see, you know, one of them is bigger than the other, so sometimes the yolk isn't enough for the baby to you know, fully take it in and everything and get nice and chunky. But that doesn't mean that the snake is not gonna thrive. So I am definitely gonna be taking this guy and, you know, giving all my best to make sure that he's doing well. But I really need him to shed before I could put him and start assist feeding him. So I'm really happy about this outcome, because, you know, first time doing this, having a successful clutch is pretty cool. You know, we have the two bananas right here. We got a regular banana and a pastel banana, and you could really see the difference. One of them is much lighter than the other, which I find super neat. As you could see, pattern is more or less almost the same, but one of them is way lighter, and you could fully see it on this girl's face. Like, just looks, or this boy's face, just looks stunning, compared to this one is much darker and also stunning as well. So I'm really happy on this outcome, because this was the first time ever breeding ball pythons, and to have a successful clutch, you know, makes me want to get more and continue doing very similar things like this and other projects. So I'm definitely looking forward, and I'm definitely hooked. All right, so right here we have the eggs, as you can see, and you could kind of see my pink chancletas right there. See that? Oh, snap. You know, maybe I did that on purpose. Hey, what's up, man? You like that? That's good. But we have the eggs right here, and I really just want to clean them up, because as you can see, this right here is like just getting wet, and that right there could drip onto your eggs, and that could actually cause it to start to mold, since, you know, these guys are going to be in here for a little bit of a while. So I am just going to clean it up just very quickly. And then, as well as, you know, right here we have a bunch of condensation building up as well, which the eggs are not touching it, but I don't really like you know, I don't want to have that drip on my eggs, so I am just gonna quickly give it a wipe. So, you know, that's something that I learned about the other clutch, and that's how the other clutch actually started to mold out, was that, you know, some of the water dripped from the top onto the eggs, and it actually started to mold the eggs. So that's something that I learned, and that's what this is all about. You know, you learn from different things. You know, I didn't have much control over the droplets on the roof on this, especially, you know, the girl, you know, my Pastel, she actually dropped a little bit of water from her water bowl onto the eggs, so that wasn't good. But these eggs are looking very good. You know, I see no mold at all, and they're starting to form pretty good. So look at the size of these eggs, they're pretty big. So I'm quickly gonna put them back inside of the incubator. Luckily my room is actually really warm. It's like an incubator in here. Like, I really feel I really feel it. So I'm gonna put them back in here. As you can see, it's nicely and sealed, and put them back inside of the incubator. Oh yeah. Okay, so since we're on the topic of eggs, I decided to show you the Crocodile Skink Egg that still hasn't hatched out, but it's still doing good. As you can see, it's still nice and plump. It's doing amazing, but it still hasn't hatched out, and it's been over, I don't even know, over almost 3 months now. Like, I think over 3 months, which is insane because I started to panic. I started to think, you know, maybe something's wrong. You know, maybe it's not gonna make it. Like, what is going on? But, you know, I looked up, you know, online, and I did some more research because this is still all new to me. But apparently these guys can take a while. Now, speaking to a good friend of mine, many of you guys may know him as Reptiles. He actually has Crocodile Skink, and he has, you know, successfully produced them. And it's so amazing that, you know, I have one as well, but he told me that these guys could take even longer, and some of them could take over 4 months, which is insane if you ask me, because this is the longest I've waited for an egg to hatch out. You know, my ball python eggs, they usually take 55 days, and this is, I don't even know how many days it is. I'm gonna have to check, but it's definitely over 90 days, which is, it got me worried at first, but it still looks good. It still looks like it has veins and everything, so I'm not going to be messing around with it too much, and I'm going to be placing it back inside of where it was. So hopefully this egg makes it and everything, but it is so insane that this egg is taking forever just to hatch out. But, you know, at the end of the day, good things come to those who wait, so I have no problem on waiting for this egg to hatch out on its own. Alright, so as many of you guys remember, I produced some baby bearded dragons. Now, most of these, well, I would say all of these, except for one that I'm holding back, all have a new home. So this is technically going to be their last meal that I'm going to be giving them before they are off to their new home. So right here in front of me, I have a container. This is actually a snake bin that, you know, I keep my ball pythons. But what I like to do with my bearded dragons when they're, especially when they're babies, is to hand feed them or to work with them in a separate container or in a separate enclosure, such as this, so you know the cricket won't escape. But at the same time, it gives me a one-on-one kind of connection with the bearded dragon, and that way when they are to their new homes, they're not crazy and wild like some of the bearded dragons that I have, like Penelope. Yes, I'm looking at you, girl. Hey, I'm talking Wilbert. Yes, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, you crazy boy. But basically that's what I like to do, is I sometimes like to feed at least once a week outside of the enclosure, and I would feed with my hands. So with that being said, let's get started with the feeding. Let's go. So one of the reasons why I like this bin is because I could get all the crickets and actually place them in here and lift up the lid, and of course start feeding him from there. A lot of you guys are gonna ask me where I got this bin. It actually came with the ARS snake or ball python rack or snake rack. So, you know, you can't really buy the bins and it'll be kind of pointless, but since I already have the rack and this bin is empty, might as well use it. So right here we have a little tiny cricket, we have the bearded dragon right there. So all I'm gonna do is just place it right in front of him and hand feed him. Come on, little guy, come on, there you go. And like I said, I don't feed my bearded dragons like this every single time. This is mainly just so he could get used to. So that's why you don't see me putting any calcium or vitamins on them, even though these guys are gut loaded. So they do have all the vitamins already in them, you know, because I fed them, you know, the veggies and everything beforehand, before feeding them. So I do feed these guys obviously calcium and vitamins and all of those good stuff for them. But just once a week, I would get one cricket or two crickets and I would try to feed them by hand. Alright, so I moved the locations because my other bearded dragons were going crazy. But this right here is the blue bearded dragon, or the one with the bluish belly. The one that I'm actually going to be keeping. And I'm going to see if he wants to eat a cricket off my hand. And like I said, you know, this is obviously an ongoing thing that I'm working on. Of course, they feed and their feeding response is a lot better inside of their enclosure. But I really want them to get used to eating, you know, off my hand and kind of in a new environment, at least once a week, so they could get used to me and everything. So as you could see, he does not want anything to do with it, but he actually might go after it. Oh, whoa, little guy, whoa. He went crazy. He went a little bit too crazy. But as you can see, He is still growing, so continue to eat, continue to feed. So I'm gonna throw in he sees the other crickets. I'm gonna throw other crickets in there so he could continue eating. Come on, little guy, right there, right there. You got this. Come on, the cricket just laid down. Come on, you got this. Are you guys having a staring contest? Oh my god. Oh, his little tiny face. So as you can see, this little guy is going to continue to grow and continue to eat inside of this bin right here. But I am going to place him back inside of his enclosure and give him more crickets because I know he's definitely hungry. So I'm going to bring the other bearded dragon. Alright, so we have this little guy right in front of me, and I'm going to throw in some crickets and just let him chase after them. Usually, like I said, I feed them inside of their enclosure, but today, at least once a week, I like taking them out and trying to see if they would eat in a separate place, you know, with my presence there. That way they get used to me. You know, I did this with BB, and she turned out to be just amazing, so I'm hoping I could, you know, prove something here that, you know, certain behaviors can be taught. So I'm gonna throw some crickets right there and have him just chase them. Hello. Are you gonna do anything? No, you're just gonna look at the, oh, I think he sees it. Oh, ooh. Come on. You're gonna chase it? Oh, whoa, 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 little guy, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I shouldn't be yelling. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Usually when I'm doing this, I'm not yelling at. I am so sorry, little guy. I am so sorry. That was completely my mistake. Holy snap! But I got excited, man. Come on, you got this. You got this. Oh, he's actually gonna eat it. He's actually gonna. I know I'm whispering. That's me. That's a human. Yes. Okay. Listen. Okay. Fine. I'll stay quiet. Look, why do you have to give me that look? Jeez, he's so much attitude. Such a little guy, but so much attitude. My goodness, I'll leave you alone. I think because I'm talking, it gets them like into a mood that they don't want to eat. Because like, he sees it. Come on, little guy. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Here you go. Hey, do not touch my face. Like what kind of face is this? Why are you giving me this look? Like, chill, what did I do to you, my friend? I'm just trying to feed you. Oh my god, so much attitude. So like I said, it is a bitter and sweet moment for these guys to be off to their new home. You know, it's always fun to be, you know, handling them and feeding them, but it's also fun seeing pictures of their enclosures and, you know, them with their new family. So anyone out there who is looking for a bearded dragon, I'm definitely gonna be, you know, potentially breeding more, but I'm kind of done for the year. This time around, it was really fun, you know, working with these little guys, but I'm definitely gonna continue working with them and producing some beautiful bearded dragons. And I'm so happy that, you know, someone out there is actually gonna pick this guy up, and it might be their very first. Hey, don't cover his face. hey. So it actually might be its first reptile, and you know, I'm so happy that I could be a part of this, and one of my kids, basically, because these are my babies, could be a part of your family as well. So I'm really happy that the people who have purchased them and picked them out are going to be just as happy with them like how I am happy to be able to work with them. Well guys, that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Those were just a few baby reptiles that I'm currently working with. There's definitely more to come, but I'm slowly just getting the experience and the knowledge on, you know, how everything goes. But I'm really happy how things are turning out. You know, all the babies are healthy, they're growing, as well as, you know, slowly I'm getting experience as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you guys did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You know, it really helps out the channel. Hit that notification button, baby. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. I'm Lord of Lion. Keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby.